All right, this is section 11.1, inverse functions. Tonight's homework is page 663 and 664. We're going to do numbers 13 through 24. And from yesterday, we went over in our homework what is the definition of a horizontal line test. Seat B in your group, can you please read your definition to your group? What is the definition of a horizontal line test? Go.
Basically, let's see if the inverse of a function will be a function of horizontal. Like this.
A horizontal line test determines whether the inverse is a what? Is a function. Let me say that again. The horizontal line test determines if the inverse is a function. A horizontal line test determines if the inverse is a function. So let's do a few examples here. Example 1, let's draw 4 mini coordinate planes. And let's draw some functions. And the question is the inverse a function? Ten seconds in your group, remind each other. How can you tell if the actual graph is a function? Help each other out, remind each other. Here yesterday, that's what I'm asking you. How can you tell? Okay, when you're absent, you need to watch these videos, guys. We're not doing this for our health. I already have my 3 degrees. I already know this stuff. You gotta watch the videos when you're absent. Destiny, how can you tell if the function is a function? Very good. And then what did Jashawn just say? You use what kind of test? Jashawn, tell her. Vertical line test. Okay? So you put your pen like this. If it passes through the pen more than once, then it fails the vertical line test. All right, how can I tell if the inverse is a function, Mikhail? You're going to do the opposite, the horizontal line test. All right, so there you go. If you're in seat A, do this bad boy. Seat B, do this bad boy. Seat C, do this one. And D, do this one. And decide if the inverse is a function and then say yes or no. Heidi, what letter are you? D as in dog? Is the inverse a function, yes or no? How do you know? It passes the horizontal line test. So here, this is horizontal. If I roll my pen over, let me use something skinnier so you can see. There is never a point when the pink passes the pen more than once at a time. So this guy, yes. The inverse is also a function. Why? Because it passes the horizontal line test. Lauren, what letter are you? B as in boy. What did you get? Yes, why? What is it called? Heidi, what did you say? Tell her, say it louder so she can hear. It passes the? Alright, let's check. If I cross horizontally, a lot of people might say that this fails right here, but do you guys see how this is actually moving on an outward position? It's not a straight line. It is not a straight line. This is going like this. Yeah, you gotta be careful. This one's a yes too. Mia, what letter are you? C as in cat. What do you think? Yes, why? Because it passes a horizontal line test. Let's go. Let me see. This one, it looks like it's straight, but it really is just curving. You just got to be careful. Unless it does, you guys, like a literal straight line like that, like you can assume that it's moving at not a linear rate. Okay, you'll be able to see better on an actual graph, but this would be a yes. Group 1, who's in seat A? What did you get, babe? Yes or no? Okay, so I do the horizontal line test. No, because it fails. Very good. It definitely hits, look, twice, 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 twice. This is a super duper fail. Any questions on example 1? All right, here's your doyo. You're actually going to create two functions whose inverses are not functions. You're going to draw, okay? You're going to sketch two functions. So you're going to make two of them up. Whose inverses are not functions. Something common about all of these graphs. Some people have it like this or like this. I want you to pay attention to the arms of these bad boys. Or going up. Or going up. What do you notice every time is going to happen if both arms are up or both arms are down? What kind of function is that? What kind of function has both arms up or both arms down? Just a square? Even, right? So you're going to notice that from this doyo, basically, if you draw any even function, the inverses will not be functions. Because if both arms are up, it's going to fail. Everybody see that? Or if both arms are down, it's going to fail. So the second part of tonight's homework is for you to tell me, based on an equation, whether or not it's invertible. Whether the function has an inverse and it's invertible. Well, by looking at the power, what do you know about even powers again? They're either both up or both down. So what's going to happen if both arms are up and I want to draw across? Is it going to pass the horizontal line test? No. It's going to fail every time. What's that? You want to do this every day? So if both arms are up or both arms are down, there's no way it's going to pass the horizontal line test. Are you in agreement? Yeah. Do you see that? So for even powered functions, there's no way it's going to pass the horizontal line test. Which leads me to example 2. Decide, give me the directions again, the homework. Decide whether the following functions are invertible. I think that's what the directions say. Let me double check it. Yes? Mm-hmm. Determine whether each function is invertible. So if I give you these four functions, you wouldn't even need to graph it at this point. Because if you have f of x is equal to negative x to the fourth, f of x is equal to 3x cubed, f of x is equal to negative 400 x to the 205, and if I have f of x is equal to 2.5 x to the 11. Do I really have to graph these? Destiny, don't let me lose you. Do I really have to graph these? All I really care about is the power, because that power is going to give me the behavior of the graph. I know, Cesar, you were not in my class when I taught this, but I'm absolutely positive that your group's going to catch you up. Okay, so here, can you help with that? Okay? All right. So all I have to do is look at the power. If it's an even power, remind me, Kathleen, if it's an even power, is it invertible? As in, will it pass the horizontal line test? No. So an even power is not invertible because it will fail the horizontal line test. And that means that if it's an odd power, what's going to happen to Sean for an odd power? Is it invertible? Yes, it is invertible because, it passes horizontal line test. Yes, Jessica? Yeah, I'm gonna go over the exceptions in a minute. Is that what you guys want to ask over here? Yeah. Now, we want to decipher between is a function invertible and is the inverse a function. That's why you guys are debating me on that. This just decides if it's invertible. Okay? Now whether or not it's a function, now you do what you just did, which is the horizontal line test. But just looking at the power, you'll be able to tell me if it's invertible. Yes? Can you inverse it or not? Not whether the inverse is a function. Is it invertible? You see the difference? Destiny, how are we doing? Put it away. Josh, I'm going to give you guys a doyo so you guys can start the homework. Decide whether the function is invertible. G of x is equal to 3x squared times negative 2x squared plus 5. You ready to tell me why, babe? So tonight's homework, but no, because. Mina, what'd you get? Because? Very good. So in tonight's homework, you can't just put no. You need to tell me because it's an even powered function. Let's do this. Finish your homework before you leave. Give me a summary, please. Today I learned.